Welcome to the channel for the first time. Viewers, welcome back from my existing subscribers. Going through the settings real quick on Madden. This benchmark is pretty much just going to be a full game, so you can kind of either just chill, enjoy the gameplay, or kind of see what the performance is like with the Ryzen 7 3800X and a 2080 Ti, right? Over time, in the past, this has probably been the coolest system I've ever had, but in the past, I'd say by the time you get to the fourth quarter, the CPU temperatures start to peak, the GPU starts to get hotter. I don't know, Madden just makes PCs run hot, but you'll be able to see that over time. And the settings I like to use are pretty much everything ultra with the crowd on medium. The reason I put the crowd on medium, for those that don't know, is because whenever they go through cutscenes and they pan out through the stadium, because you know Madden likes to do that, it actually drops your frames and it makes the game stutter really, really bad when it's on ultra. So it normally will go from like 200 FPS to like 46. So that's a really jarring change, and it just looks horrendous. So I switched to the medium, never had an issue since. Also, turn off triple buffering and VSync to get the max out of your frames. Always, of course, uncap the FPS. That's how I like to play Madden. So I will get out your way. You guys enjoy the gameplay, and I will catch you in the next video.
Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. The give is to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11 at the 41.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41.
He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Ezekiel Elliott.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Prescott, the quick slant caught.
Prescott.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
The kickoff for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Tyler Lockett.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
1st down.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
The tackle made by Bruce Irvin.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 38. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
And it's
on 3rd down, Elliott. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Seahawks nothing.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. He's got the connection to Cooper. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 13-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. CeeDee Lamb with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Seattle Seahawks coming back onto the field. And Charles, the saying around the Pacific Northwest this time of year is let Russ cook.
Can I get a
cooking to
chef's hat
start
as well?
the year, no doubt. You can buy those T-shirts out there, by the way. But the NFC Offensive Player of the Week for Week 1, and he backed that up with his 4th career 5-touchdown game in the win over New England on Sunday, 35-30. The Pats made it tough, drove down to the 1 in the final seconds, but the defense for Seattle stood tall, stopping Cam Newton on the final play to get the victory.
Yeah, what a terrific start for the Seahawks. You know, this division, the NFC West, how do you separate? You got 3 2-0 teams in the division right now. San Francisco's 1-1. This Seattle team, with Russell Wilson playing at this level, and what I found really interesting is prior to the game, he was on a national radio show, and they asked him who the best quarterback was in the NFL, and he said, me, without a doubt. And then went out and backed it up with 5 touchdown performance against a team that's perennially in the Super Bowl. So this Seattle team.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked by the rookie from Bama, Trayvon Diggs.
And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected to be 2-0 at this part of the season. I mean, it's no major surprise. But how about Arizona being 2-0 as well? People talked about them getting better in the offseason. I don't know how many of us thought they'd beat San Francisco in the opener. They did. Then they jumped on Washington this week, and they are 2-0 as well.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we know the not good news about teams that start 0-2. The Giants and the Jets both there. Detroit, Cincinnati. So, again, maybe some more predictable names.
Certainly, they are predictable. Again, not a surprise for most of them, although many thought Detroit would be improved at this point. But how about a team that's 0-2 that went through a little bit of a difficult offseason like the rest of us, but even more so because of players being gone? How about Houston being 0-2 right now? They won the division last year. I think that's a little bit unexpected right now, even though they had a tough opening schedule with Kansas City and Baltimore.
And this one quickly to Lamb. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
CeeDee Lamb was my favorite receiver in this year's draft, and it's still hard for me to believe that he lasted till the 17th pick of the first round. No one took him before that, and Dallas, surprisingly, finds him available, takes him.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
Number 88.
2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and which also...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that.
And it's intercepted. And it's a fumble. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
Prescott's pass intercepted by the Cowboys.
Well, let's go back to the start of the season talk, Charles. We talked about some 2-0 and 0-2 teams. You mentioned Arizona, maybe a good surprise. Houston, a bad surprise. Any other teams a surprise at this point to you?
Well, I think that I would look at the Los Angeles Rams right out of the gate at home against Dallas, opening their new stadium. Many thought Dallas would go out west and beat them. That didn't happen. Then how about the Rams going on the road this week and beating Philadelphia and decisively? This looks looks like a Rams team that finished 9-7 last year. It has designs on challenging for the division title. And one other team I would throw in there is a little bit of a surprise. Just by how it's gone down, how about Atlanta? I know it's tough against Seattle, tough against Dallas. Seattle was at home, but they got jumped on by Seattle. And in the Dallas game, they just gave away. That's a team that should be at worst 1-1 right now. Now looking at 0-2 and have a lot of questions.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A first down throw for Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. CeeDee Lamb is intended target. That'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
Complete to DK.
What a great rookie campaign in 2019 for DK Metcalf, who came in with high expectations, was actually upset that he went in the 2nd round, not the 1st round, but quickly proved everyone wrong who didn't take him prior. 900 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns, and looks exactly like a Seattle Seahawks receiver is supposed to look. Big, strong, physical, and catches all the contested passes downfield.
Now it's Carson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Taken down.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Aldon Smith, the former number 7 pick, gets the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Good catch there by DK Metcalf. And when he came into the league, we were all impressed by his physical attributes. Looked like he was chiseled out of stone. This guy's body is one that we all really wanted to have. But as his rookie season progressed, they added more and more to his plate. Now at times, with his size, his speed, and ability to catch the ball downfield, he looks downright unstoppable.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 12. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Could have gone with a ground game there. Opted for the quick pass. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Benson Mayowa. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Well, Charles, I guess the only thing I can think there is they've got a 3-score lead, and they're saying, we're not going to lose this, so let's have some fun. I don't know why you go for it.
I think that's as good an explanation as any, and we all know that certain coaches are more aggressive than others. That call to me, the fantasy people loved it, right? Anybody who's going to touch the ball, gain yards, maybe put more points on the board, they're happy that they kept it and did that. So very interesting deal there, but I'm with you on that one. Maybe he just says, what the heck, we can't lose. Let's go ahead and keep trying to win and add to our lead.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
3rd and 1.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
At their own 24-yard
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They go to Elliott again. And he powers his way up past the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to...
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
6-yard line.
Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sideline? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the sideline ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
The Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tyrone Crawford breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
To try again after the sack, Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And 12.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
A gain of 11.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Another Seahawks.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Greg Olsen was a big-time pickup for the Seattle Seahawks in the offseason. Spent the last 9 seasons with Carolina as an all-pro, Pro Bowl tight end, and did the same thing before that with the Chicago Bears. Now he moves to the Northwest and gives Russell Wilson a big-time target in the middle of the field.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And they'll get this down to the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. His pass caught at the 4. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Elliott. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. But Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for